It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. First for Miami, Frazier is out there with Maravich. They've got A-Train. What a tremendous talent, getting ready for his first NBA appearance. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Randolph in at the 4. And for San Antonio, ABC is out there with the Cobra. They've got McDyess. A big game for this young man, making his NBA debut. Then there's Lights Out, and it's Baker in at the 4 slot.
Only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference had a better than 500 record against the West, and no surprise the Heat were one of those 3, and they were dominant against Western Conference opponents all year long.
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Here's ABC. Pass to Baker. He's against Randolph. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. Mark, adding on to what you were saying about the Heat versus the West, they ended up 25-5, which is incredible, Steve, given how many tough teams that are in the Western Conference.
It's amazing, Kevin. They had a better record against the West than they did against the East in terms of their winning percentage. So I think that speaks to just how motivated Miami was when they went out on the road to the West in particular to really show everybody how good they were.
Back to Maravich. The dish to LeBron. The Heat rebound. Good ball movement here by Miami. Fires for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. LeBron's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Cobra passes to Freeman. Clock at 4. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Baker. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Swiped away. And they're on the break. Up the floor. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense. Well, the focus on his defense mainly because he's outstanding. You try a crossover or a hesitation move on him, and you're likely to get your pocket picked. You got to be careful with the ball.
And what he can do with the ball in his hands borders on miraculously ridiculous sometimes. He's broken a few ankles in his day, that's for sure.
That one goes. Count it.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game.
You know, when Randolph was younger, guys, he got a bad rap for making bonehead plays on the court, putting up ill-advised threes and committing foolish fouls and so on and so on. But since coming to Memphis, he's been as heady and as smart and as engaged a player as anyone at the 4 spot in the league. He's one of my favorite guys to watch work because he does it with skill, force, and understanding of the game.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Miami's head coach. Dictating the pace and making sure that pace is up-tempo is what he's hoping they can do in this one. He said, we're fast, we know it, and we're going to make sure they know it too.
Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
You talk about Randolph's understanding of the game. Not the biggest or the most athletic guy, but certainly, Steve, he finds ways to be effective.
You know, Kevin, I was a teammate of his rookie season.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you could see then he had all kinds of skill and feel for the game. A terrific passer, and just has a way of putting the ball in the basket.
Only played the 1 season at Michigan State.
That's right.
Marion, Indiana, Zach Randolph. Here is Maravich after the made shot from Rights. And here's LeBron outside. LeBron with another miss.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Stolen. One-on-one here. Here's Maravich, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Well, he allowed him to get all the way to the rim, so actually a pretty good play to foul him and make him shoot free throws.
And then no choice really but to foul and stop the dunk. Don't let that happen. And as you might expect for the team with the second best record in the West, the Spurs dominated the East last season, played each team twice for a total of 30 games, and went 25-5 in that stretch.
Maravich hits them both. And Clark, back to what you said about the Spurs and the East, it was far and away the best record against the conference, Steve, for a team in the West.
Yeah, the second best record was Memphis with 22 wins. So kind of scary to think that they rested their big stars a few times against teams in the East, and they were still able to put up that kind of a record.
Back to LeBron. Maravich dishes to LeBron. A three-pointer, no good.
And I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL. Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board. And his length doesn't hurt either.
LeBron James on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. LeBron's got 5 now.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Pass to the Cobra. Here's ABC, knocked away. It's stolen by Frazier. LeBron James again. He has 7.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Here's ABC, Frazier covering. Here's the Cobra. Good on the 13-footer.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
The Heat leading by 3. Frazier with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
He's not their first option, but not a bad fallback either.
Freeman passes to McDyess. Here's ABC, defended by Gilmore. Here's ABC, 6 to shoot. And that one's good.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Doubled by Freeman. And the call will go against Big Cat. That is his first foul of the game. LeBron James on the wing.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through. Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Freeman. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Guys, they're really passing the ball well here in the first half.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, what a series it was in the finals a year ago. Such great basketball. 2 teams that like to play up-tempo. And I'll tell you, the Spurs had Miami. They had the series in the bag. They were 1 play away from wrapping it up in Game 6, but the miracle comeback from the Heat that led to the Game 7 victory and another title for the Miami Heat.
Clark, it was interesting because the games themselves weren't particularly close through the first half of the series, but things started to get really tight when they left San Antonio after Game 5.
How about that, Kevin? You talk about things tightening up. We had a game for the ages in Game 6. 28.6 seconds to go. The Spurs +5. Miami needed a miracle, and they found it in the form of timely three-point shooting and got some help from the San Antonio Spurs missing some free throws.
The Game 6 was about as intense an NBA game as you'll ever see.
Oh, it was off the chart. Absolutely fantastic. He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. The Heat with the lead. Here's Maravich, and that one's good.
How did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I liked the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. You know, swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship banner.
Here's ABC. He's got 8. Here's the Cobra. Rejected by Randolph. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Really poor decision on that pass.
And Miami making a change here. Spurs trail by 4. Well, getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, you know, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
Now, here's Richardson after the miss from the Cobra. Maravich, the pass to Gilmore. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. A-Train's got his first points in this one. Here's ABC. 8 points for him. The finger roll finish at the bucket. ABC's got 10 points in the game.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
LeBron kicks to Maravich. And the rejection by Cousins. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. A different look for Miami. Z's checked in for the A-Train. And Bill Laimbeer is subbed for LeBron. Spurs trail by 4. And here's Wall. Smith left side. On the wings to Jakovic. Outside, Wall. In low to Cousins. Gets it to go.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And Cousins with the block. They set the screen. Here's Smith. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And it's good on the way. It's a tie ball game.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Finley. Drops in the layup for 2.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively. Well, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, you see the talent, you see the rebounding ability. I think the disappointing part about his game is that he doesn't shoot a high field goal percentage, which means that it's basically about shot selection. A big guy with that kind of talent, he should be shooting well above 50%.
And a fast break now for the Spurs. Smith's running.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
Outside, Billups. 1:52 left here in the opening quarter.
And, you know, going back to Cousins, I think aside from upping his field goal percentage, he's also got to cut down the turnovers. I mean, it comes down to decision-making, being solid, not trying to make hero plays. If he can improve that, I think he could really anchor this team offensively. You know, when something works for you, you stay with it. The Heat saw after the 2012 finals that small ball was very effective for them. You can see why they chose to do that, given how hard it is to find a power forward that can match up with LeBron. Makes good sense.
Wall, who's guarded by Billups. Billups against Wall. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. And it's Stojakovic missing. Miami's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And mismatches really are what make an NBA offense go at times. Not only can Miami overpower you, Steve, you know, with their sheer talent at times, but if you're trying to guard a perimeter player with a big, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, some people still see small ball as a gimmick, but, you know, for Miami, it's different because you've got LeBron James playing the power forward. So it's not really small ball. He can rebound, he can defend, he can do everything. And so the Heat become a nightmare to guard at the other end, and you can rarely take advantage of them offensively.
That's good.
He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Wall against Billups. Kicks it to Richardson. Billups dishes to Richardson. Back to Billups. Fader on the way. But they'll get another chance. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
San Antonio trailing here. Tries to save it. Outside, Wall. He passes to Smith. He dishes it to Stojakovic. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, LeBron James, a career 33% shooter from long range, had never shot over 36% from long range until last year, when he shot over 40% from deep. He said over the summer working out, he punished himself for missed threes by running wind sprints. And with the Heat, he challenged Ray Allen to three-point contest, with the loser doing push-ups. James said he lost more than he won, but as much as he hates to lose, that competition drove him to improve. Kevin?
You know, you hear it all the time, Doris, lead by example. He's a hard act to follow with his work ethic. Now here's Frazier. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
He had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Finley, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Rain Man's got 8 points.
Oh, he's explosive, Kevin. I mean, a lot of time, all it takes is a basket or two to really get his motor running. And suddenly, he becomes almost impossible to handle.
And something else he's able to do that very few players can is change his shot as he's in the air without it affecting his accuracy. I mean, that's a unique skill. And it really helps him make buckets against tight defense.
6 on the shot clock. Shoots. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, they've settled into a pretty nice groove here offensively in the second quarter.
Yeah, I like the way they picked up the pace shooting the ball. I mean, the field goal percentage, upwards of 50% now.
Now here's Wall. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. The Heat leading by 4. Lambeer with a screen on Wall. Frazier outside. And the pass to Finley. Working on Smith. Second shot opportunity. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. For Miami, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
The Heat making a switch here. Randolph is checked in. Here's Big Cat. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but you know, another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
Lights out, checked in for Peja Stojakovic. Off the inbound pass. Wall's shot is off.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, one or two more of those and this lead will be double digits.
And Finley gets it to go.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Here's McDice. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Feeds it to Smith. Dishes the Wall. Lock at 6. Back to Smith. 17-foot shot on the way. And here's Miami. They're on a 12-4 run. Frazier the pass to Richardson. Back to Frazier. He feeds it to Richardson. Finley. Cannot hit. Smith with the defensive effort. Spurs trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Back to Wall. High, arcing shot, and the shot is good. Wall's got his second bucket. Miami leading by 8. Frazier with it. He's picked up by Wall. They set the pick. He kicks to Richardson. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Baker. Big Cat's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Wall dishes to Smith. Back to Wall. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's 6 points for John Wall.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
Yeah, in fact, that's the shot they've used from that range, Clark, to get 8 of their last 10 points.
A shot by Frazier, no good.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Rice. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Miami's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Frazier right side. Pass to Finley. Lambeer with a screen on Smith. Here's Frazier. Another miss by Frazier. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Rice. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
That's 10 straight points on mid-range jump shots.
You know, to paraphrase a Bible verse that says, love covers over a multitude of sin, good shooting does the same thing in basketball.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Paytrain, he's checked in for the Heat. Miami leading by 4.
The Spurs last year were as tough as always in San Antonio. Hard not to beat when you win 50 games every season. Ended up with a 35-6 record at home, which was good for the 3rd best in the league.
Smith. That's his second personal. Second team.
Frazier outside. And he's good on the 3-ball. Frazier's got 5 points now this quarter. And with the Spurs, they are just so consistent every time they take the court. You always, Steve, expect them to get a win when they play in this building.
And the 2 teams with better home records in the NBA were the Nuggets and the Heat, both of whom had huge win streaks. But as you said, it's the Spurs' consistency every time out that lets them pile up these home wins without anyone really thinking much about it.
Here's Randolph, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas. A lot of people thought the East would be a cakewalk for Miami last year, but Indiana made sure that wasn't going to be the case. What a series with the Pacers using their size and strength to pound Miami down low. And eventually, the Heat were able to pull it out, but boy, was that a tough series.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And just to touch back on the Eastern Conference Finals, went to a Game 7 where Miami ran away with the game. But, you know, Clark, if it weren't for the heroics of LeBron earlier in the series, It could have been the Pacers that took on San Antonio in the finals.
You know, I was thinking a little bit about two former ABA teams meeting in the NBA Finals, but the Heat managed to steal game one, and I thought that proved to be the difference in the end. That was a game the Pacers had and didn't squeeze. But the way these two teams are constructed, they should be seeing a lot more of each other in the near future. And I think that's great for the league because whenever they meet up in the regular season or the playoffs, it's always been a battle the last couple of years.
Nice rivalry developing between those two.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
A good one brewing there.
LeBron's checked in for Jason Richardson. Passes it to Freeman. Back to Smith. Puts it up from 12, and it's good. Back through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
For San Antonio, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Mirovic, he's checked in for Miami. The free throw drops for Smith.
This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line right here.
It's Mirovic on the wing. Randolph, a screen on Smith. Mirovic kicks to Frazier. Back to Mirovic. Just 5 on the clock. The feed to LeBron. There's the block. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. But no praise checked in for Smith. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Spurs trail by 3. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass, but it hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
But you feel like it's going to reward this team at some point. They've got to continue to maintain the energy.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And, you know, those kind of players in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, they can't allow him to beat them to so many of those offensive rebounds. That'll kill you.
Back to Cousins. Can't get it to go. Great tee that time from Gilmore. Mirovic kicks to Frazier. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Mirovic. Mirovic has got 4 assists in the game. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. And there's the pass to Baker. Cousins. Spurs passing it around. Freeman passes to Cousins. This is his first free throw of the game.
He hit his foul shots at about a 74% clip last season.
And that one falls for Cousins. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Miami leading by 8. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Baker. Mirovic dishes to LeBron. Back to Mirovic. LeBron outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires at the elbow. And another basket for Miami.
Well played right there, and you can feel the momentum changing.
I think this lead will continue to move upward unless something unforeseen happens.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, for LeBron James, guys, the stats say it all. He's always a beast. But when you play him at the power forward position, his numbers take on a whole nother level of excellence.
Here's ABC. 10 points for him. Pass to the Cobra. There's the dish to Cousins. And Clark, you mentioned LeBron playing at the 4 being a tough matchup for teams. Steve, why is that?
Well, we've seen the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's playing at the 4, who has great size and strength, but also ball handling ability. It compromises the defense, particularly when you put shooters around him.
So he can't get either to fall. Miami leading by 10. Right side, Maravich. Here's Frazier. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. Frazier's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Now the defense has been futile. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2-point possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
For Miami, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. The drive by LeBron. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Frazier kicks to Maravich. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Cooled off considerably after what was a really good first quarter for him.
Passes it to the Cobra. He dishes it to Cousins. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Spurs have gone 9 of 13 from the line. A minute 50 left now here in the second. Maravich kicks to Randolph. Rejected by Baker. Here's the Cobra. There's the pass to Freeman. Here's the Cobra. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Cousins. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable. They're doing a nice job collectively.
San Antonio with the ball. After the miss from Walt Frazier. Poked loose. ABC covered by LeBron. LeBron left side. Gets it to go. LeBron's got 4 points this quarter.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Cousins. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins in this one, he's got 8 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Now, he's anticipated the ball movement down low. He's finding angles, and that's why he's able to go up there and really control that glass area with his shot blocks.
I like his aggressiveness here in the quarter. He's getting to the line much more than he did earlier.
Easy breezy's checked in for San Antonio. Pass to Frazier. LeBron outside. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Maravich, the pass to Randolph. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
And Randolph drops them both.
Still haven't seen them miss a shot from the line in this quarter, so they're doing a nice job of protecting the lead.
Well, they're cashing in from the line. I mean, they're making them pay for fouling them right now.
The shot's good from the Cobra. 20 seconds left to play here in the half. Frazier dishes to Maravich. Pass to Gilmore. Defended by Rice.
Defensive foul.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Here's ABC. 1 second left, and that's not going to go. And we've reached halftime in this one. Heat lead by 10.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. This is Damon Bruce, ready to bring you the halftime report on 2K Sports. Let's go. Miami up on top against the Spurs at AT&T Center. Active hands is the way you describe their play. Getting a good amount of steals. They're playing up defensively and picking them off. Pete Maravich not having any trouble tonight against the Spurs. He has 12 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And for the Spurs, they're still gutting it out. They're getting crushed on the glass. They better stiffen that upper lip, find a way to get it done. The Cobra hasn't been able to get it going. His shot has been AWOL lately. Still on the run in this one. And that'll be our report. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint. And welcome back. The Riverwalk, always a prime attraction here in San Antonio. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, what a remarkable half, the way he attacked the rim and scored in the paint. Defenders, they were trying to slow him down any way possible, but he still got through.
Easier said than done when he's the penetrator. His speed and agility make him extremely hard to defend.
Freeman passes to Rice. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Rice. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Rice.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
Ball stolen. And a fast break now for the Spurs.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Here's the Cobra. Drills the elbow jumper. The Cobra's got 6 points. The Heat leading by 4. LeBron kicks to Mirovic. From the arc. San Antonio with the rebound.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to the second half. Still scoreless.
Offensive rebound. Passes it to Baker. Here's ABC. He's covered by Randolph.
Defensive foul. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Baker passes to the Cobra. Here's ABC. Another shot. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for him.
Timeout called the Heat.
He just is not happy without how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
Frazier outside. LeBron James on the win. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
You know, every great player needs someone to push them to be better. LeBron said last year that, you know, that's what Kevin Durant does with him. And I think he works as hard as he does, knowing that Durant is coming to try to take his spot as the best player in the league.
Freeman passes to McDyess. To tie. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And going back to LeBron for the time being, he's solidified Clark is standing. I think everyone would agree is the best player in the NBA.
Well, how about 4 league MVP trophies to his credit? One of only 5 players in league history to win that many. One of only a few players to be both MVP of the league and MVP of the finals in the same year. So, enough said.
Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Frazier dishes to Mirovic. Down low, trying to get back on track. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Antonio McDyess.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. San Antonio calls timeout. Here's ABC. He's got 14. Inside. Baker passes to the Cobra. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Heat leading by 5. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And it's lights out with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
LeBron passes to Gilmore. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Kicks to McDyess. Tries from 16. San Antonio again missing. An even 3-on-3 break. Feeds to Maravich. Puts up a 3. Rebound San Antonio. McDyess has got 6 rebounds in the game. Freeman passes to Rice. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Rice has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And you know what, Steve? We also have to talk about his shooting. I mean, the fact that he copes with tight D better than anyone is something to make note of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide open, he's automatic.
Spurs trail by 3. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
The pass to the Cobra. Rebound by the Heat. A-Train's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Maravich kicks to LeBron. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. 16 points for LeBron.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Here's the Cobra. Maravich defending. Here's Freeman. It's hauled in by Frazier. Frazier's got 4 rebounds now tonight. From 12 feet out. That's good on the jump shot. And now it's an 8-point Miami lead.
Seems to have lost his touch this quarter, guys. 1 field goal in 5 attempts.
Pass to Freeman. Here's the Cobra. Frazier covering. Shot clock at 6. The Cobra passes to Rice. The tray. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Heat leading by 8. Here's Maravich, and there's another one for the Heat. San Antonio's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Passes to the Cobra. Dishes to McDyess, and that is good. McDyess has got his first basket. Miami's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. LeBron dishes to Frazier. Maravich kicks to Frazier. LeBron passes to Randall. And it's blocked by Baker. Here's ABC. He's got 14. The pass to the Cobra. And stolen by LeBron. Goes up.
How about that basketball, man?
Beautiful.
Wow.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
He feeds it to McDyess. He passes to Freeman. That drops. ABC's got 16 points. The Heat leading by 8. There's the screen. Frazier dishes to LeBron. Off target from outside. Spurs have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's 12 points for lights out.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Frazier outside with the shot. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Frazier. 20 points for LeBron. Here's Here's ABC. He's covered by Randolph. Freeman passes to Baker. Here's the Cobra. Spurs passing it around. The shot's good from Freeman. ABC's got 9 points here in the second half.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
And the foul called on Antonio McDyess. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Heat with some changes. Z comes in for A-Train. And Bill Laimbeer is subbed for Zach Randolph. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Still Spurs ball.
Here's ABC. He's got 19. Pass to the Cobra. Passes it to Baker. He kicks it to Stojakovic. Just 5 to shoot. And it's blocked by Laimbeer. And they're able to recover. And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe. Now Billups looking for his first basket still in this one. LeBron outside for the 3. It's rebounded by Baker. Big Cat's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Freeman. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
It's been a solid outing for ABC. 19 points and 5 assists.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight. The Heat making a switch here. Frazier's checked in. And it's the Heat with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. The feed now to Billups. Lets the 3 fly. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got his 5th assist in this one.
You know, never easy to come back from a torn Achilles, but Chauncey Billups did a pretty nice job of doing so last year after the Achilles shelved him for most of the 2011-12 season.
Maravich, he's checked in for LeBron. The Heat leading by 4. Outside, Maravich. From 11 feet away, and that one hits back iron. And going back to Chauncey, he played 22 games last year, but it was amazing. He was able to come back at all.
And Kevin, it helped that he was on a team where he almost never had to be the primary ball handler. That would have put a lot more pressure on that Achilles. But even though he moved okay, his numbers were down, and you have to wonder how many more years he has left.
Miami no good on that time either. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. On the wing, Stojakovic. Hits the front of the rim and out. And the Heat shooting in this game, 45%. Laimbeer kicks to Frazier. Now the dish to Billups. Back to Maravich. Cranes the 3-pointer. Maravich has got 19 points.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. John Wall's checked in for the Spurs. .141 left in the 3rd quarter. Stojakovic against Maravich. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Looking at the game, Maravich has been happy. 19 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. Free throw good, Maravich. Maravich hits them both. Spurs trail by 7. Outside, Wall. Step back shot. Jump shot is good. Wall's got 10 points in the game. And Miami shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. He dishes it to Ilgauskas. McDyess on him. Ilgauskas, good! And the Heat lead by 7.
The offensive execution really well done. They got the ball in tight for the high percentage shot.
Back to Stojakovic. Mirovic defending.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Wall attacking. The pass to Easy Breezy. This is his third trip to the free throw line. First one falls for him. A-Train, he's checked in for the Heat. Richardson comes in for Frazier. Both free throws good from Easy Breezy.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Mirovic against Stojakovic. Phillips passes to Gilmore. He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. That free throw good from Gilmore. Both free throws good from Gilmore. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Wall from beyond the arc and then some. Wall's got 5 points now this quarter. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the... And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Smith up top. Mirovic with the steal. Rebound by John Wall.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
The 11-footer, and it's good off the back rim and in. 9 points for Smith. Mirovic dishes to Randolph. Back to Mirovic. Pass to Frazier. 6 to shoot. Back to Mirovic. Mirovic missing again. Spurs trail by 4. Pass to Rice. Back to Wall. Kicks to Smith. Wide open look. Miami grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And the call will go against Big Cat. That's his third foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Back to Randolph. Feeds it to LeBron. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter. Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
For Miami, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Frazier outside. Dishes it to LeBron. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got his 7th assist in the game. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Freeman passes to Baker. 6 on the shot clock. ABC. Count it and the foul. That one on Frazier.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
Outside Randolph. He feeds it to LeBron. He passes it to Frazier. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to Rice to take the lead. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, they're in great position here, and it's thanks in large part to their three-point shooting.
You called that right. They are lighting it up from behind the arc this half.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Another miss by LeBron.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
It's good on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 4.
You gotta love his position near the hoop, anticipating the play and getting the putback.
To stop the run. Second chance shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. Hey guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Spurs.
Well, anytime they've needed easy points, they've gotten themselves to the foul line. That's been key.
Well, they've also really been down in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
Now the pass to the Cobra. Here's ABC. Mirovic defending. That's tipped. Stolen by Randolph. He kicks it to LeBron. Now the feed to Frazier. Stolen by McDyess. In transition, here comes San Antonio.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Timeout called, the Heat.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Heat's coach going over their game plan during that break. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it, and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
The turnaround J. That's short off the rim.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually. Very well executed pick to give them all kinds of space to get that one off.
The Cobra passes to McDyess. Good on the shot. McDyess has got 4 points in the quarter. Miami trailing. Outside, Mirovic. Frazier kicks to LeBron, and it's blocked by Rice. Here's Mirovic, and there's another one for the Heat. The Spurs have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Freeman passes to Baker. Here's ABC. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Frazier. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Chauncey Billups checked in for Miami, and he's good on the second.
You know, you always want to try to win the free throw game when you're playing basketball. And the Spurs, while not getting to the line as much as their opponent or as much as they have in the past, they maximize their opportunities by shooting 80% from the stripe.
A solo fast break. Here's Freeman. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Mirovic. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And Clark, what you said about the Spurs at the line, that's what the top teams do. They don't let their opponents get away with fouls and Steve lead points at the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You know, over the course of the season, a lot of games get decided by just a couple of points. And if your team is able to make free throws at a high rate, like the Spurs, shooting just under 80% last year as a team, I mean, that's good for a big chunk of wins during the season. Man, an even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I know you know about how the basket can seem like it's 10 feet wide when you're in the zone. That's where they are right now.
And it's blocked by McDyess. Lets it go from 11. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Billups has got the ball. Shot denied. There's the triple. They get the rebound. Randolph gets to Billups. Back to Randolph. And the foul called on Antonio McDyess. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
It's his 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
Pass to Gilmore. Goes up again. Can't hit. Some solid defense from McDyess. San Antonio leading by 3. Passes it to the Cobra. And it's Randolph with the rebound. Miami's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And that one's good by LeBron. LeBron's got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over, but he continues to finish at the basket.
I tell you what else I like is his attacking mindset too, Steve. No matter where he is on the court, when he gets possession, he will turn it up and turn it on and run out. Most of the time, he doesn't stop until he's laid the ball in the hoop.
An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Rice. LeBron with some nice D.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Maravich, good. The Spurs shooting an efficient 53% from the field. McDyess, a screen. Shots good from Freeman. ABC's got 31 points.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy do. Very, very well done.
The 3 from LeBron, but they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
Here's Rice, and the Spurs scoring again.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Maravich dishes to LeBron. Here's Randolph. McDyess grabs the ball. McDyess has got 11 rebounds in the game. The Cobra, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead. Outside Billups, LeBron. From the wing, no good.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Rice passes to the Cobra. Billups with some nice defense here.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Randolph lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 14 rebounds. San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, they were getting windy. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
The Heat making a switch here. Finley's checked in. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Maravich. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Now just a 3-point Spurs lead.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Here's the Cobra. He passes to Baker. 5 on the clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
So far in the game for Big Cat, he's got 12 rebounds, and he's rejected more than his share of shots today.
Now, interior defense at its best, fellas, and that's what we've seen out of it.
Jason Richardson, he's checked in for LeBron. And he does get the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. .153 left to play here in the fourth. The pass to Gilmore. It's rebounded by Baker.
It's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Out of character for him to miss those.
Freeman passes to the Cobra. Ball's knocked loose. Here's McDyess. And the layup falls. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're in front by 3. 1:16 left in the fourth. .16 left in the fourth quarter. Here's ABC. Pass to Rice. Now here's Richardson. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
Passes it to Baker. To take the lead. Tries again. Nails it.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kel.
Here's ABC. Richardson covering.
Well, they did have a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before the shot attempt.
Yeah, you really want to try to foul in that situation before he gets into the shooting motion. And it just didn't work out that time.
And the Heat with some changes. Braun, he's checked in for Rainman. And it's Ellis in for Jason Richardson. And so he's good on both free throws. And that gives them the lead.
No problem for him there. You just know what the result's going to be when he steps to the line in a tight game like this.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're down by 1. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Maravich with it. LeBron outside. On the wing, Ellis. He passes to Gilmore. Shot clock at 6. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. That free throw good from Gilmore.
Just clutch work. That's all you can say. A little bit of defense now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 2. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, we'll see what they come up with. Plenty of time. If they execute, they should be able to get a good look here.
I agree with you, Steve, but I'd like to see him pound it inside and try to get to the rim.
They get it again. And stolen by LeBron. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game.